welcome back.
Hey guys, welcome back to Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare DLC Part 3. So, somebody told me that eventually there's a mission that you do that you see Bigfoot and you encounter Bigfoot. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. The reason I found out is because I was asking on my Twitter, what the fucking shit? Hey! I was about to lose my damn horse. If you saw the last episode, you know the hell that I went through to get this horse, okay? Somebody told me there's a Bigfoot mission that we have to do in order to continue the story. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I do know, because I just found out that in order to continue the story, you have to finish all the survivor missions, and I pretty much confirmed that. Multiple research, multiple people, subscribers told me. So right now we have 2 more survivor missions. If we go to the map, we have one right here at Plainview or Plum. And then we have another one over at Tall Trees, the birth of the conservation movement. We're gonna do both of these, and then I think we should get another main mission pop up for us. Now we have a town here that needs rescuing. I don't think I've done this one yet, so I'm gonna go on my little flaming horse and I'm just gonna burn all these demons. Burn them as they shall. The town is under attack. Okay, it's not a big deal. Let's see what we got here. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. You know what? I'm gonna let go of my horse. I'm gonna let my horse be free. That way I can kill these demons. I just slapped the shit out of that zombie. Yeah, I wanted to say I've been having lots of fun with this DLC. It just feels very, just chilled out. Like, it's not serious at all. Although you might think it is because there's zombies attacking the entire Red Dead Redemption. But honestly, it just feels very arcadey in the sense that it's one of those vibes where you're just like, just lay back, kill zombies, and have fun, you know? That's what I've, even though these zombies are actually getting on my last fucking nerve right now. What? It's blunderbuss time. Why'd I get the blunderbuss for if I'm not even gonna use it? That's what I'm talking about. Holy freaking shit. Holy hell, that was awesome. You like that, you stupid old zombie? Alright, we got zombie hookers on the loose. Be careful. Get them in the dome where it hurts. Got only a couple more. I really hope that when I let go of my horse, he leaves on his own, because honestly, if I go and call my horse and he doesn't come to me because he's dead, I'm gonna be real pissed off. Now I heard the horse is really hard to kill. It's almost like invincible in a way. Meaning it does take a long time for him to die. Unless you kill it on purpose, or so I've read on that. But anyhow. Is that my horse? Hold on, dude, I gotta check on this thing. Okay, he's good to go. Whew, gotta be careful, man, you just never know. Alright, let's head over to, I think there's a survivor mission somewhere here. This guy right here. Before I head to him,
That's what I've been after.
let me see who he's got here. That's a zombie. Look, he hog-tied a zombie. That's what I did on the last episode, too. Who's this fucking lunatic?
You okay, mister?
What the heck?
Is he a director or something? Producer?
Well, I might have guessed you wouldn't have got the lurgy yet.
Not yet. I'm trying to help my family.
What the heck?
Quite the hobby of yours, that.
Sure. Listen, any idea what the hell's going on here?
No, but it's brilliant. Man turned against man. Kind-hearted neighbors turned into savage, flesh-eating monsters. Despair that spits poisonous snot on you. If in your travels you can find a spare one, we can make moving picture history.
You're worse than they are.
Each to their own, Mrs. Marston.
So we gotta hog tie one of them.
The time.
We're gonna have to hog tie one of those zombies that spits freaking goo out. Or poisonous. Capture a retro from Gap to the Ridge and bring it back to.
Oh, he's still down here.
Ah, Jesus Christ, Gap to the Ridge. Alright, we're gonna have to head this way. Thankfully, I got a horse that does not get tired. For those of you that missed the last episode, my new horse, my war horse, does not get tired, so I can kick him. Tap A for as long as I want, and his stamina does not go down, meaning he cannot flip me on my back. So I guess I can get to Gap Tooth Ridge relatively easily, and hopefully we can find this damn zombie. I've seen a couple of them, but I never really thought that we'd have to hog tie one of them. And so far, these missions have been relatively easy, like these survivor missions. They've honestly just been missions where you do it more or less where the character's at, like Bonnie. You literally have to go across the street.
Let's go.
But this guy is actually making me go all the way to get to the ridge and find him a damn spitting zombie. God darn it, dude.
It's almost fun. American and Pearl is my favorite Undead Nightmare mission.
Hog tie the zombie up. Oh no. Okay, now, I've got that zombie hog tied there. I will show all the rest. I got that one tied up right there. Nice. Carry the victim. Where's my stinking horse? I've got this acid spitting zombie on me.
That may not work here.
Was that very easy to get? Okay, put the victim on the horse. This is not a victim. It's the damn fucking. Alright, right in the horse. Now we take it to. I think now we gotta go to the map. Take it back to this. Alright. Gotta return the zombie to the producer. What type of movie he comes up with. Some weird shit, man, I'm telling you. Right there. Undead Nightmare DLC is weird as hell.
Take care of yourself. I always do, dear boy.
Oh, Mr. Marston! I see art has got the better of you.
Stupidity got the better of me, but
He gets lost right
I
here.
felt I should help an old
So,
friend.
yeah.
I appreciate that, sir.
Nope, this trick.
Are you ready to watch the creation of magic?
If you say so.
Wonderful! Let's put the star into his first scene. Right over here. You can put him down here. Oh, is it big? Lovely,
You
lovely.
idiot.
Movie making history, my friend.
What the fuck is happening?
Richard.
What did he just say?
Now, there we
Oh,
go.
what he just said.
They're gonna eat this guy alive.
Ready, I say you're going to be stars. Do something interesting now. And action! Zombies, go!
Oh, that's right.
Left, right.
not my human flesh, though.
Why did I know that was coming? Oh god. Well, now he's gonna turn into a zombie. John, I think that's enough. Here, Johnny boy. Criminal, you disgusting beast. This guy probably has some money on him. Undead ribs. That'll do. I think we're relatively close. Holy shit. Oh! That's a zombie bear. Please don't tell me you're coming for me. Is you're coming for me?
Got what, mister?
Damn Sasquatch! The filthy thing was gonna eat my dog when this girl hollered out, and I shot the thing right through the heart.
Feeling all right, mister? I've seen a lot of strange things recently, but no Sasquatch running around here. Nor no place else. They're made up.
There's Sasquatches every place, cowboy. They're nastier than your mother-in-law with a bad case of that virus. Down in Manzanita Post, they ate a little girl.
Are you serious?
Do I look like I'm joking? The hills are infested with them. Kill them! Kill the bastards before they kill all of us! Kill them! Kill them! I ain't afraid of you, you dumb hairy bastards!
I guess we are gonna meet Sasquatch. Oh my god. Kill Sasquatches in tall trees. What? Where even are they? Can you even find a Sasquatch? How the hell can you find a Sasquatch? Oh. Tells me where I gotta go. Thank God. It's gonna be like super miserable having to find that shit.
Let's go.
Alright. I'm gonna head over there and find this damn Sasquatch. And I think I might actually go on foot once I get a little bit closer. Alright, hold on. It's gotta be around here, right? Yeah. Gotta be very careful. Gotta do this by ourselves. Solo, dolo. No horse. Or anything. Shh. Here, little sass. Here, little sass. Squatch. Sasquatch. Sasquatch, squatch, squatch. Bro, is this legit? Oh!
Huh.
What the hell? Are you kidding me? It's legit. It's legit. No, we can't skin them or anything. Damn it. Alright, so does it show me other spots over here? Nah, fuck off. It's over there. Fucking Sasquatch. Another one over here. Sasquatch.
Yeah.
See one more. That's crazy, bro. I wonder if that shit really exists, man. Where is this next Sasquatch? There he is. Go two more Sasquatches and tall trees. See another one over there. Okay. Good. Oh, now we got a question mark on the map, which means there might be... Oh, that's weird. Really? This is like out of the map. Can you even go there? Not that far. What the hell is this? What is he sitting down? What the what is that? What the fuck?
Shoot me, human. Shoot me.
Oh, I will, you foul creature of the night.
Granting me peace.
Why's that? Keep you from eating more babies?
The name of all the traits are you talking about, human?
You eat babies. You have to survive. Everyone knows that. Ain't your fault.
We eat berries and mushrooms, you fool. We did. Now none of us are left. Some maniac's been murdering us. The last of my kind. We've lived in these hills 1,000 years.
You eat babies.
You say so, human.
What the hell?
My family is gone. My kind is gone.
What the fuck is happening here?
Shoot me. I can't take it anymore. I can't stop.
We kill him?
Look out, mister. Now, the fun starts.
I don't know if I should kill him. Dude, do we kill him? I think he wants us to kill him. Sorry, pal. That was actually pretty difficult to do. Alright guys, it looks like we finally have the mission available. Wow. That was a hassle. Thankfully, a beautiful day outside. mission and see how long it is. I think today was a really crazy day indeed. Those survivor missions were actually not half bad, including that Sasquatch one. I don't know if that should even be considered a survivor mission. That was a full-fledged crazy mission. Alright, Dickens is over here. Or should be over here. American imperialism.
Ah, Mr. Marston. What's going on? You got a passage into Mexico? For me, no. But for you, maybe. It all depends on your relationship with good old Uncle Samuel. What are you talking about? Well, the border is indeed closed. But the army is sending a train down there. Now, whether it's to help the Mexicans there or to escape the problems here, I have no idea. But I thought things were better in Mexico. Better or worse, it's certainly different. So why am I going and not you? Well, that's a matter of age, dear boy. The army don't have many recruits with quite my level of experience. So, you are on your own. There's a train at Benedict Point, and it's leaving soon once they've got all the soldiers rounded up. Okay. And your venerable friend here has done some more help. I have found some less than happy campers who had given up on glory and abandoned Uncle Sam's ranks. They're hiding out at Scratching Post. One of them might give you a uniform.
Damn it, shoot at you guys.
Okay. And what about you? Baghdad, dear boy. Well, either that or Fort Mercer. Or perhaps it's time to meet my maker with drool coming out of my mouth and the lust for human blood. You take care of yourself. I always do, dear boy. I always do.
What a guy. Stand back. Right up. But the desert's camp. Or is that not too far? Alright. At the scratching post. I will get there with my warhorse and a jiffy. Not a problem at all. We're really gonna go around in a circle. We're just going straight. Let's go. It always makes you follow the road. Man. Oh, we gotta be so damn perfect. Look at this, I literally just went around the circle. Alright, like up through here. There's no need to do all that, man. Seriously. I have my... I only got 22 bullets on my repeater. Holy hell.
Gotta be it.
The uniform on here by helping out the deserters or stealing the suckers. Okay. We can help out the deserters. Sure, why not? Let's see. We got this little automatic pistol. Shit. I actually do not have that much ammo left. I will take these
soldiers.
two, one,
You did real good,
one, two out. Thank you.
Very thorough. That's good.
Nice. Oh, God. Fuck off.
You call
My friends. Nice. For the remaining undead. I could have just stole this, but honestly, it's not even that hard to help them out.
Fresh corpses.
Alright, meet with the deserter.
Thanks for helping out. They came out of nowhere. Anytime, partner. Say, you fellas have a spare uniform? What the hell for? My family's in trouble and I need to get over the border. I hear there's an army train going that way. Sure, what do I care for? You earned it. There should be one of them just by the tent. Help yourself.
Oh well, thank God I helped them out. I feel like robbing it would have been a lot worse. Probably would have sent an entire army after my ass. Who knows? Oh shit. Through the train station at Undead Point. Where is that at? Not that far.
Come on.
Alright, we're gonna head over there.
Stay safe.
I've never seen so many retros in one spot.
Alright, clear the station. Cowboys? You need a real cowboy to help you boys out?
Come on, let's get this thing moving.
Please just stay there.
More ammunition at the rear.
Oh, there's ammunition on the train.
Oh, frick.
The response on the joystick is disgusting.
You did real good, soldier. Basic training was very thorough. That's good. These degenerates are only good at whoring and drinking. Let's roll out!
I guess we're gonna probably have to cover this whole train, huh? Interesting. Oh shit, me and my squad.
These mongrels are everywhere.
You bunch of Kansas.
This train headed for Mexico?
God willing.
What's the army going there for?
Officially, to help our last brethren in their time of need. Unofficially, to get the hell out of here before things get even worse. See what we can steal down there.
Always one step ahead, ain't we?
Go forth.
I mean, do I have to kill him? I barely have ammo. And it looks like this is really not giving me anything. Oh, God. You know what? I'm gonna conserve my ammunition. I'll let you boys do the dirty work. The only ones that seem like a threat to me are the ones that spit out the bomb. They're the only ones hitting me. Huh. Fucking hell.
Roadblock! Let's go. All right, every one of you clowns, get down and get the debris off the track. Let's go, let's go. Come on, soldier, move, move.
Something's gonna happen here.
Make Uncle Sam proud, soldiers. Come on. Clear the tracks quickly. Let's go.
That seems a little bit too set up.
Come on. We ain't got all day. Quick, quick, quick.
I just want to say, if this is a dream, this is the longest fucking dream I've ever seen in my life. Like, if this is all John Mars is dreaming,
Fight! 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 Get back here! Why? What are you, young? Here goes!
Undead. Not a problem. Oh, man.
Just die, sons of bitches!
Yeah, bro, I need ammo, dude.
I still see some. Don't leave any survive.
Corpse.
What the hell are you running? Come on now!
Left me here. I'm gonna go on top of the train. I think I'm gonna take the train for myself then. Is that what happens? Let me see if I can get this ammo here. There's a lot of revolver ammo. Alright, good. They're all dead. Thank you. You stinking zombies. Make Uncle Sam
Stinking
proud, he
zombies.
said. And then he just dips on me.
They all do.
My back, I'll call yours.
Okay.
Abigail, Jack, things I do for you. Only way I'm getting into Mexico.
Well, we're gonna have to ram that shit. Okay. Damn, so they gave me the train all for myself. make it into Mexico. But we are in Mexico. Oh, wow. Oh, well, at least we're here. We've got one revolver bullet left, but we are here. Wow, okay. Well, I guess it's a good thing. Guys, we're gonna end the episode here. I would honestly keep going, but I'm gonna hit the pool with my son and my daughter and Rebecca, and we're gonna have a good old time. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you want more Red Dead, Undead, Nightmare, DLC, drop it a like, and hopefully I will catch you guys on the next one, which I think might be the last episode. But anyways, thanks again. I'll see you later. Hey guys, welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2 Undead Nightmare DLC. It's been a really fun ride coming back and revisiting this DLC within this fantastic game. One of my all-time favorite series in the entire world.
This video is 14 minutes long.
I must say that today
it's good
is the final and last episode of the story from within the Undead DLC. So thank you for those of you that supported it. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. I think we got about 2 missions left. And then the epilogue, or just like a little side part, or so I saw when I searched up the missions. And for those of you that are relatively new here, the reason why I search the missions is because that way I can kind of know mythical creatures. That way I can kind of know how long to make my episodes and how to split them perfectly. Oh. Is that another horse? Yeah. Oh. Come on. Oh. Come on. Oh. What is that? Oh. Wait a minute. You are not escaping me, you beautiful creature. Okay, this is a crazy start. Let's go. I did not expect to encounter such a magnificent, beautiful creature. Every horse has a perk. I don't know what the perks on this one are. I don't know if it's better than mine. I like mine better. But hey, it's nice to be able to say I've collected all of the apocalypse horses.
This is some crazy nonsense. Come on. Come on. Nearly got you. Now I'm in trouble. Goddamn creatures.
I honestly don't care if I lose it, just because I already have mine, and I really love mine. 4 horses of the apocalypse. Why do I have flies all over me? Oh, he's got red eyes, huh?
Let's go.
Famine has unlimited stamina. So I know there's a way where you can kind of alternate between horses, especially now that we captured another one, and then we called in our war horse. So that might actually replace this one, which is kind of unfortunate. But I don't really remember how to change that. It's been a while. I think we should keep going through here. Follow the train tracks. We have arrived in Mexico. This is making me go the shit out here. I wonder if I have to liberate this post eventually. Hopefully not, because honestly, we only got 2 missions left. We are relatively close to the end.
Whole world gone crazy.
Alright, we're here. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god, that nut's gonna pick up the chunk. I don't believe it.
You okay, sister?
Well, I'm alive, senor. Although, come to think of it, I just committed a mortal sin.
Claim self-defense. Always works for me.
Yes, well, I fear my judges may be a little more stringent than yours. But I appreciate the advice. Unfortunately, many of my nuns are not so resourceful as you or I. Their
We is
innocence
trouble.
will kill them, which is truly a terrifying reality.
I would not know.
I think maybe you would. But let us leave the psychotherapy and focus on more pressing matters. They are locked in the church, while hordes of these half-witted demons are trying to get to them.
It'd be my pleasure.
You're a true Samaritan, sir.
Always works for me.
You know,
Yes.
they say the devil has all the best tunes. It may be so, but it seems he also has the most half-witted friends.
Unfortunately, many of my nuns.
So you know Bill Williamson then?
Their
Excuse
innocence
me?
will kill them.
Just a little
It's
joke.
truly a terrifying
I'll do
reality.
as best as I can to save the nuns.
I think maybe you would. But let us
Wasn't
leave
having
the
any of that,
psychotherapy
man.
and focus on more pressing matters. They are locked in the church, while hordes of these half-witted demons
damn, this nun
are
is
trying to
crazy.
get to them.
It'd be my pleasure.
Alright, so we've got our horse, our fire, war horse, right over here.
They say the devil has all the best tunes. It may
I'm
be
gonna hit
so,
you here, because I don't know if I'm
but
gonna
it
lose it.
seems he also has the most half-witted friends.
It's been a while, I
So you know Bill Williamson then?
don't remember too much.
Just a little joke.
No.
But I'll hit you here.
I'll do as best as I can to save the nuns.
Alright, so now we have to go inside. I don't even, do we have even, dude, we barely have ammo. Oh my god, look at this. Bro, I don't have ammo for this crap. How do I get in there? Alright, how do I get inside? Thankfully they left this in here for me. Not for the zombies, but the zombies are getting stuck. Let's see if we find some ammo or something. Yeah. Be killing the zombie out there. Got some of the ammo. Oh, look, no, it is a freaking. Oh my gosh, she turned, dude. Oh, that sucks. I don't like the ones that come at you like that, man. It's scary shit.
Well, some nuns will fight.
Oh my god. Run! John Marston! Run! Well, that's exactly what we're doing, sir.
Oh,
Still alive, right? This guy back here. And I'm on fire. Sit that ass down, lady. Or shall I say, sister? Not gonna happen. Were those charging ones? They're just as scary as the guys that run after you. The runners.
yeah, let's do that quickly.
Terrifying too. Alright, this time
You
we
must
save.
edit
Well,
to the stuff.
Undead was to be present to explore
Whoa, whoa!
threats. And of course, we can
Get
also
away from me.
sneak here, which is always a plus. Alright, so what do we have? Let's just check this out real quick. Open up the container. Thank you, sir. Rifle ammo. Yeah, man, these things come in handy, I'll tell you that. I think this was upstairs, right? Yeah. Let's go upstairs. We gotta go upstairs at once. I think.
Oh.
This is where we get to see change outfits. And get this created. Some ammo maybe? That'll do. Rifle ammo. That's good. There's my nice beautiful little war horse. See what I do for you, sisters?
Sister, how good is your ass?
Bless you.
Oh shit, that's something from Marston.
It's Mother Superior. Mother Superior Calderon. Our bishop was a stickler for regulations. Until he got sick last week and ate half of the cathedral choir boys.
I'm sorry.
I only mention it because my girls are laughing at you calling me sister.
What do you think is causing all this?
Oh.
It's an old country. Many faiths have lived and died. The spirits have flourished. I have no idea what is afflicting the people here. But I know it is a sickness of the soul. Something supernatural, maybe. Certainly nothing rational. Perhaps if you were to get me unlike one of these creatures, we could try a couple of experiments.
Certainly.
Get me one who was recently healed. I want to work with a subject who has only recently turned.
I'll see what I can find for you.
Gracias,
God
señor.
dang it.
Cállense. No puedo creer cómo se porta.
I guess what she's referring to is just a regular zombie, right? I would want to say that the ones that have like all those cool effects, possibly the ones that are not recent. Like this is probably a recent one right here.
Come on.
What the?
Exactly. Hog time. Don't mind if I do, lady. Thank you. I'm gonna take you to a sister. It's kind of weird. It's a fucking weird sister, man.
This won't take a moment.
Look at that face.
You're getting smelly.
Sometimes I wish I had a ranch so I can own a couple of horses. My kids can ride horses and stuff. I have the backyard to have one, but
What the?
I don't feel like backyard is enough. Alright, so now we can get out of here. Pick up the victim. Come here, you infected, disgusting creature. Here you go, Mother Superior. Get the holy water out of here.
Superior, I think I have a test case for you.
Senor Marston, you're a true pilgrim.
That I ain't.
Now let's see. It certainly isn't a fluke. Their eyes are so devoid of love, of anything. Oh, lively one I see. Here,
What is that?
holy water. I think we may have something.
Seems to be working.
Maybe. Maybe not.
But it seems as if you were nearly saved.
Spiritual infections are confusing things, Senor Marston. None of us can hope to understand them properly.
But he came back for a minute.
I bless the water, but perhaps my faith is not that strong. I have to do more thinking, but I need time. Every day, more of my people fall as the dead rise in sepulchro.
But it's not sister.
And perhaps it's time I put them to rest.
Take the holy water.
Calderon.
Maybe it will be a calming balm for the restless departed.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Until he got sick last
You are a
week,
blessing in an unusual form.
I only mention it because my girls are laughing at you calling me sister.
What do you think is causing
Holy water, classic
I've
graveyard
seen the
at
one on the far left before.
They have.
Sepulchro.
It's an old country.
Alright, where holy water is a thrown weapon that will set undead blaze with blue holy fire. And Where is
I
that?
have no idea what is afflicting the people here. But I know it is
It's still part of the same mission, Mother Spirit
something
Blues.
supernatural. Certainly not rational. Perhaps if you were to get me a light.
And it's actually kind of crazy how this game, the world is so big, considering it's a single game.
Get me a new.
Insane.
One who is
Sepulcro.
I want to work with a subject who has only recently turned.
I'll see what I can find for you.
I have to burn coffins.
Cállense.
Yeah.
Puedo creer cómo se fue.
I gotta start with this one over here. Here we go. Here we go again. Oh, guy. At least the good thing about this is that you get ammo and stuff. So. And I don't think you can get hurt or hit when you're currently burning it. Repeater ammo. There we go. And we've got one more. Oh, here we go. Shit. Now we gotta clear out the graveyard. Hold on. You dead? No, but I don't want to leave the graveyard just in case.
Don't shoot him.
To you all.
Someone shot
I
me.
think we got a couple, more like a whole line. Where's the final boss? Where's he at?
Mother Spirit.
Rise from the dead, you demon!
Señor Garcés, there is no
Alright,
problem.
alright, there's a lot more coming in now.
Now let's see.
Yep, there's a lot more.
Certainly it is a clue. I
Here we go, lighten up. I like it.
What is that?
Holy one.
Yes!
We may have
Die!
Seems to be working.
Holy water for that ass! That's great.
But it seems as if you were nearly safe.
spiritual infections are confusing things in your life. None of us can hope to understand them properly.
But you came back
Anything we
here
got
now.
left?
I bless the water, but perhaps my faith is not that strong. I have to do more things, but I need time. Every day more of my people fall as the dead rise in sepulchro.
Perhaps it's time I put them to
At
rest.
least there's a lot of bodies to search.
Take the whole one. Maybe it will be a calming balm for the rest of you. No, thank you. You are a blessing in an unusual form.
Dead bait. Cannot go over there. That's right. Cannot go over there. That's where you all die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for you. Senor Senior. Hit him with that wombo combo. Been liberated. Sepulcro cleansed. So that holy water was pretty clutch. Oh, this is not even this is liberated. Huh. Cool. I think.
like shooting women? You filthy whoremongering wretch.
Gracias, señores, que estaba viendo a mi tía que está media desculpada.
Yeah, get out of here. Go on. Go on.
Ándale, gracias.
Hello, Mr. Ricketts.
Hello, John. I see you're enjoying another vacation in our little resort.
Something like that.
Well, we got sunshine, sand, and a plague that makes people eat each other. Come to think of it, it must feel just like America to you.
What is going on? I thought things were calmer in Mexico.
This is calm. What's a little like cannibalism among friends? Excuse me. So, how have you been?
Good. Well, apart from my wife and son being tied up, trying to rip my soul clean out of my body, and the entire earth turning into hell.
Good. Real good. You know, John, I've lived a long life. I've seen this land when it was just wilderness and scrub. I've seen missionaries nailed to crosses by shaman and burned into just the cinders of their misguided devotion. I've seen slaves get set free and return to a bondage even more confusing than the one they left behind. I've seen diseases wipe out entire communities in a weekend. I've seen bad men make their own Valhalla out in the bush, with harems of maidens and the hunt with men as a sport. I've seen men struggle with principles and morals and the very meaning of existence. I've killed all that can be killed. But I've never, in all my natural-born days, seen anything quite like this.
Nor me, sir.
Now, if you could only get something that would attract these blighters, we could kill them faster and maybe return this land to its natural state.
Some kind of bait?
Exactly.
I think I might know how.
More dynamite. I'm running pretty low.
Let me see what I can do.
Thank you, John. And take care.
Four sticks of dynamite. How not to say if the undead may still be present. You can explore with less threats. Being attacked. Right, perfect. This beer.
That's what I
We got it. We freaking got it. I know you guys are probably a couple, you've been through a lot, but you missed the piece. Alright, so now we can go over here, I think it was. We can craft the undead paints. Alright. Here we go.
Mr. Ricketts,
Hello, sir. How have you been?
as you imagined,
Good. Did you get the dynamite?
yes. And bait.
Let's see.
Shiny liquid, huh? So it blows up when they get there, or what?
Wonderful.
Holy hell.
Some use oils, some a chisel and a block of marble. For me, sir, it was always either high explosives or the trigger of a fine iron. But it's much the same.
Sometimes your humility overwhelms me, Rickett.
You and me both, Mr. Marston. Now, if you'd have seen me when I was a young man, if you'd have seen me when I was so fast, you couldn't see me. Well, then you'd know this is humility. Truth is, well, truth is long dead. Now we got only memories. Memories and a great swath of demonic mutants, of course.
Have you heard anything?
I heard a man in Chicago was writing a biography of me. And can you believe it?
Pittsburgh.
An artist in Pittsburgh painted my portrait.
I mean, the demonic hordes, not your own unending glory.
No, that, nothing too interesting. Someone said that there's some really big problems near Escalera. But I can't concern myself too much with that. This is my home now. This, and this up here.
Take care of yourself.
I will.
I don't think getting savaged by some brainless corpse would do too much justice to your myth.
Yeah, I think you're teasing me, Mr. Marston. But I thank you, and I appreciate your concern nonetheless.
Oh, she's in the church. Okay.
See, he cuts it right there. Look. See, he cuts
Oh,
it
she's in
straight
the
to
church.
there.
Okay.
That's why he's ahead of me. My videos are uncut.
Ay, qué bueno. Senor Marston, how wonderful to see you alive.
I think I've cleared Sepulcro.
You're a brave servant of righteousness.
I've been called many things in my time, but never that. Who is that girl, by the way?
She? I don't know. She said she was in a holy order in Escalera.
I'm sure I keep seeing her. Or someone like her.
Maybe. But it is a common enough look. Seemed like a nice girl. She told me something interesting.
What's that?
She blamed this terrible curse on our soon-to-be president, Abraham Reyes.
Oh, what?
Perhaps you have heard of him.
Heard of him? I know him well.
I hope that vain, ambitious, and repugnant parasite is no friend of yours.
Not exactly. I didn't think he was that bad.
And who am I to judge? Forgive me. I have just heard many unpleasant stories and met too many pregnant and abandoned girls.
Of course. But what has he done?
She claimed he had angered an ancient goddess, disturbed a crypt and a temple in her honor. I mean, as I say it, it sounds like heresy, like the idiotic delusions of accursed people. But in a land such as this, I have learned to be less dogmatic than maybe I have been instructed. I am sure it is just folly.
Perhaps. Maybe it's time I go pay El Presidente a visit anyway.
I shall pray for you.
Someone certainly needs to. Goodbye, Mother Superior.
Vaya con Dios.
Alright. We are.
And he's there all of a sudden.
Here we are.
You keep having cuts in your video. That's why you're ahead of me, dude.
Senora. Donde is Abraham Reyes?
Oh, he's dead. gonna listen though, right?
What the?
Banish him!
Not enough. Huh?
He always did have a way with the ladies. It's okay. He's dead.
Thank you, senor.
You'll be okay.
You
I'm
think
glad
I
you
like
think
shooting
so.
women?
But I
You
fear I
filthy,
won't.
whoremongering
None
wretch.
of us will.
Gracias, señor.
We are
Todavía
doomed.
policía que está peleando.
Because of him.
Yeah, get
Him?
out of here. Go on.
He wasn't a
Go on,
great
get
guy,
him.
but I'm afraid you're giving him a little too much credit.
Hello,
my dear.
Mr. Ricketts. Hello, John.
Haven't I seen you
I
before?
see you're enjoying
No.
another vacation in our
He,
little resort.
he caused this with his greed and his lust for
We
power.
got sunshine.
He heard an
sand,
ancient
and a
myth
place
and
that
tested
makes
it.
people eat each other.
It caused all of
Come to
these
think of it,
terrible things.
It must feel just like
His vanity
America.
overwhelmed us all.
What is going on?
What the hell are you talking
Thought
about?
things were calmer in Mexico.
Where have I
This is
seen you?
calm. What's a
Me?
little like cannibalism
Oh,
among friends?
I have it coming in a
Excuse
face.
me.
I'm from here.
So,
He disturbed the royal burial grounds that lie underneath
Good.
the town.
well, apart
He
from
heard
my
there
wife
was a
and
mask
son being
hidden there
tied
that
up,
would make him invincible.
trying to rip my soul clean out of my body.
I've heard this blamed on
The entire
Mexicans,
earth turning into
Jewish people,
hell.
freed
Good.
slaves, the
Real
federal
good.
government, immigrants, the bad
You know,
weather.
John,
Now this.
I've lived a
What's
long
wrong with
life.
you?
It's true.
I've seen this land when it
Look
was
in that
just
chest.
wilderness and scrub.
He
I've
has
seen
a secret
missionaries
mask.
nailed to crosses by shame.
That is where this plague came
and
from.
burned into just the cinders.
Him
of their
and his awful
misguided
lust for
devotion.
power.
I've seen slaves get set free and return to a bondage even more confusing than the
Oh
one they left
shit.
I love this speech.
I've seen diseases wipe out entire communities.
Where did you say the crypt was?
Near the
I've seen
bullfighting
bad
ring.
men make their
Behind
own
the
Valhalla out in the bush. With
Well, I
hair
guess it's worth a shot.
And the hunting of men is a sport. I've seen men struggle with principles and morals.
Does he put that on?
Turn the talisman to the altar.
I've killed
Wait here.
all that
It's
can
too
be
dangerous.
You need me. I know what to do.
The catacombs. Alright, guys.
But I've
Here
never,
we
in
go.
all my natural born days,
Into the
seen anything
catacombs.
quite like this.
Nor me, sir.
Holy hell, that's what this was here
We
for.
could only get
All
something
of nature has been
to
poisoned by
attract
that
these
man's
blinders.
greed.
We could kill them
nice.
faster and maybe
President
return
Palace
this
should
land
never
to
have
its
been built above a
natural
sacred place.
state.
Harmony is
Some kind of bait?
exactly.
I think I might know how. More
Okay,
dynamite.
things are getting kind
I'm
of
running
weird
pretty
now.
low. Let me see what I can do. Thank you, John. Take care.
They're on.
Fire. Disobedience multiplies.
Oh!
Which one's the net?
That's fucking different.
No! Dang.
What the hell was that?
Man has to kill everyone.
Hey, that's what Jack was. Who the hell are you?
Not
Bro, this lady is weird. This has gotta be a dream. There's absolutely no way this is not a nightmare. Hold on, hold on. Want some of this? Huh?
Some of those were dead Mexican army soldiers.
Reyes, you got a lot to answer.
Alright, John, you're gonna die. Not like this, though. You understand? You're gonna die in your backyard, by your horses, but not like this. or something. Oh, they look different. The deeper we go, the more weird they get. And that's the mask right there. Oh my god.
Jim Carrey.
They don't want to go back to being dead.
This is a good idea. Bam. Bam.
We must end this now.
Christ, that was close. Good thing I got down here when I did.
This is not the time for your half-feeling vanity.
I just love how she's standing there, super nonchalant about everything. There's gotta be some sort of secrecy to her that we've not discovered yet.
Now come, let's put an end to this. Return the mask.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure.
How do you know?
My name is Iotiota.
Bro, what's gonna happen here?
Iotiota.
A horse is waiting for you. You should return home.
Interesting. I feel like I've heard that name before. Oh, we're home. I hope they're cured.
There you are. Hell, whenever trouble starts, I can pretty much guarantee you'll ride off into the sunset.
You feeling better?
Yes. I mean, once that boy stopped trying to bite me, everything felt much better. Starving though.
Jack?
Me? I only felt better once that mad look left your eye. Please, Ed, don't leave me here alone with that woman again.
Excuse me?
I'll try not to, son.
I've heard that before.
Well, let me fix us something to eat.
Please don't. We've had enough to manage for one day.
A few months later. Are you kidding me? That's so cool. Wait, what happens if I... What horse is this? Marston was buried by his wife and son with a flask of water he seemed to treasure. They did not know of its special power. Now he comes back to his earth. You know that's cool. On with a flask of water he seemed to treasure. They did not know of its special power. Now...
Holy one. Now it comes back to this earth with the body of an undead witch, but the soul of a man. I'll put him to rest by finishing his work on earth. Yeah. By 100% the game. How's that?
Now he comes back to his earth. Yo, that's cool, dude. Oh, look at this horse too, huh? Honey, I'm home. Boarded a bike. Or is it? Oh, come on, dude. Wish I could go in. That's so crazy that John ends up dying like that. And then Abigail too, and then it's just John's son. So sad, man. Alright, so I guess this is where it ends. I guess this is a way of the DLC saying John never really dies. He continues to live as an undead human, or zombie, if you will. Guys, this was really cool. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the recommendations. Most importantly, thank you for the support. If you enjoyed the series, leave it a like, and I hope to catch you on our next adventure. Peace out.
Wait, what? Oh, your warhorse died.
So initially I bought this.
That's sad. a good video.
Here, and today, what's up, cattle rustlers? This is the Plander Man here, and today, I don't have a hot take for you. I got a sad take for you. I don't believe Rockstar can or should make a Red Dead Redemption 3.
What you say is heresy.
I can hear it now. I can hear it.
The doubting.
Oh, the doubting. What kind of nonsense is this, Eggman? I thought you loved these games. Don't you want to see more of them? Yes, I do. But I also don't want it to be ruined. Red Dead can continue, but maybe the time for redemption is past. So today we'll be going over some of the more popular fan theories and ideas for a potential Red Dead Redemption 3, and why I don't think any of them would work or are good enough. And that's the sad reality, but that's the way it is. It's easy to want more of a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not calling you a rat if you disagree with me. But you should definitely let me know in the comments what you think of these fan theories, and if you agree or disagree with me. I'm very interested to hear what people have to say. Now, I have a few other RDR 2 videos in the works. I'm still working on the main review, and I also have a deep dive into Dutch as a character coming out as well. But as I've been working on these videos and re-experiencing the story, I've been trying to find a good idea, a good concept for RDR 3, and I just can't. It's nearly fucking impossible, and I'm gonna give
that
you reasons
killed him.
why.
I
Also,
really bumped into him.
Spoilers for these two gems, just be aware. First, let's figure out what is absolutely essential to have in a Red Dead Redemption 3, so we can cull all the ideas that are simply out of the question. Well, like most of Rockstar's games, we need a protagonist who can function in the role of an anti-hero, because we need to have the freedom to be a merciless outlaw, kill people, rob banks, and eat babies. Also, we have to stick with the cowboy western setting. I doubt many fans are going to want to play a Red Dead Redemption game set in World War I or some shit. Unless we do. Wait a minute. We could do cowboys and aliens. Oh. But the setting of the Wild West and the American frontier has limitless potential, so there are plenty of stories waiting to be told. But if we're going to put redemption in the title, then the game would have to fit that theme. A Red Dead Redemption game without the redemption would be like Resident Evil without the Resident Evil. Rockstar could make a Red Dead game without the redemption title. They did it once before, but given the success of the first two games, this might make it harder to market, and brand recognition is kind of the king in the world of business. But without any restrictions on our creativity, let's think about potential ideas. There are still plenty of questions that could be answered, but should they? So we really only have two options as far as a setting is concerned. We could have a prequel or sequel. The games take place between 1899 and 1914. We kind of want to stick in that time period. I suppose the next game could be set so it runs alongside these games, but then it just feel like we're rehashing what we already have. Let's say you want 3 to be a prequel, but if you take Red Dead and go too far into the past, there we are with muskets, and it's not a lot of fun. It's kind of why Battlefield 1 introduced automatic weapons, even though they weren't really a thing in World War I, because it makes the game more fun. But Red Dead Redemption really emphasizes the realism. Yeah, maybe we do another prequel where we play as Jose and we fight in the Civil War. I call this idea Red Dead Emancipation. Let's say you want 3 to be a sequel, go too far into the future, and it's no longer a game about the harsh life in the Wild West. It's no longer a cowboy game. Are we going to play as Jack as he's conscripted into World War I in Red Dead duty? So the setting doesn't leave a whole lot of wiggle room if we want to continue this story. RDR just hits the perfect sweet spot. Like when I was born, I'm going to be one of the last generations that remembers what it was like to grow up without the internet. I can tell you what, there weren't many furries back in them days, boy howdy. Yeah, it's making me cringe, But these games take place during an amazing transitional period, the end of the Wild West, the dawn of civilization and order, the death of the outlaw. One of the most important themes of the games is learning to let the past die, to move on and accept things that cannot be changed. This theme is something you could apply to the continuation of Red Dead Redemption as a series, but the theme has been greatly explored across these two games, and there's really not much more to say about it or add to the existing characters. And yet this theme is so integral to the narrative of Red Dead Redemption, it's hard to imagine a third game that doesn't explore the end of the Wild West. Maybe the next game takes place during the prime of the Wild West, but I think that'd be less interesting. The point is, the setting is difficult to pin down, but with all that said, let's jump into our first real idea. Red Dead 3 should be a sequel that stars Jack Marston as the protagonist. You really want to play as a fucking bookworm nerd? No, I'm just kidding. Of the 8 surviving members of the Vanderlyn gang, Jack is the most obvious choice of protagonist. Unless, of course, they were to retcon Uncle's death so that he just, like, faked it, or maybe we could go for, like, my heart wasn't actually in my chest thing. Then we could play as Uncle. Write that down, write that down! No, it'd have to be Jack. Everyone else is dead, or their story is finished, or their story should be kept vague. But how would you continue Jack's story? And that was the day I, Jack Marston, stopped being a fucking dork and decided to follow in my father's footsteps to become an outlaw.
I want to be a gunslinger when I grow up.
Over my dead body.
Okay. In this dying Wild West. No, get that shit out of here. Playing as Jack, I feel, would spit in the face of what these games are about. How would you actually give Jack a redemption arc without ruining the ending of the first game? You can't. In RDR 2, Arthur Morgan finds redemption through selfless acts and sacrifice. The life of an outlaw has literally poisoned him, and he uses his last months alive to try and become a good man and to do the right thing. He gives the people around him a chance to escape a horrible fate and live a normal life. In RDR 1, John Marston redeems himself by stepping up as a father, protecting his family, and leaving his past as an outlaw. In fact, he works with sheriffs, governments, revolutionaries, law enforcement, all sorts of authorities to stabilize and bring order to an area the Vanderlyn gang had devastated. After John's death, Abigail dies 3 years later. With nothing left to lose, Jack goes to get revenge on the man responsible, Edgar Ross. When the deed is done, Jack looks at his pistol, like he's thinking about throwing it into the river. But then he holsters it, because Jack is going to use that pistol in the future. That's the message. We don't need to see Jack Marston follow in the footsteps of his dad, Dutch, or Arthur. Why?
Because of the implication.
The implication that he does follow in their footsteps and will meet the same fate is way more powerful. It's shown to us without words. We understand, without being told, the cycle will continue. Revenge is a fool's game, and the only way to save yourself is to let the past die and to move forward. So what redemption is there for Jack? What does he have to redeem? The sins of his father or the Vanderlyn gang? Everybody already paid for that with their lives. Now remember that you typically have some agency over the events, right? As John, you don't have to kill any of your former gang members. But when you play as Jack, you have to kill Edgar Ross. You don't have a choice, because Jack doesn't have a choice. Jack has nothing to redeem. He's the ultimate victim of the Red Dead Redemption story. Despite their best efforts, neither Arthur or John could save him from the cycle of revenge and violence that led to their demise. I feel like Marvel has ruined people's brains when it comes to good narrative storytelling and analyzing it. It's like people forget that stories are supposed to end. They're supposed to be a page one and a final page. But we've been led to believe that if a series keeps making money, then the story keeps going. Until it's eventually ruined, of course. Now, some people might say, but Actman in GTA 5, you can find a book called Red Dead that says Jay Marston as the author. Jack doesn't become an outlaw. He just killed Ross, was never captured, grew old, and became a writer. I'm sorry, but that ending fucking sucks. That's what Jack wanted to be, not what he became. Also, these are two separate universes, right? We don't need an RCU. I think this book is just a nice reference and Easter egg. And it's for these reasons I think having Red Dead Redemption 3 be a sequel that stars Jack Marston is a terrible idea. Jack embracing the life of an outlaw instead of that of a writer is poetically tragic. It's perfect. And the only thing that can ruin perfection is adding imperfection. So let's leave Jack's story where it is.
Our time has passed.
Idea number 2, RDR 3 should be a prequel that shows the formation of the Vanderlyn gang, ending with the Blackwater Massacre. You might disagree with me when I say this, but when I'm done saying it, you will agree with me. The Blackwater Massacre should never be shown. Absolutely not.
You don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
Let me ask you a philosophical question. Why do we have puzzles? What is it about the human condition that made us want to create puzzles for other people to solve? Because human beings inherently seek answers. We are curious about the unknown. It's part of our DNA. So what's more fulfilling, being told the answer to a puzzle or figuring it out for yourself? Red Dead Redemption is intentionally vague about certain details. We don't need to see what happened in Blackwater for the same reasons that we don't need to be told who the strange man actually is. As a writer, what information you give to the audience is just as important as what you leave out, what you leave to the imagination. It's far more interesting for Blackwater to remain vague than it is to explicitly spell it out for us.
What really went down back there on that boat? We missed you. That's what happened.
Because when you talk to characters that were there, you have the element of an unreliable narrator.
Blackwater was about surviving, John.
Not for that girl, Mark.
You okay? I was on that boat. I saw what Dutch and Mike did, but he won't admit.
Nobody really gives you the full picture, so it's literally up to the player to piece together what really happened, and even then the puzzle isn't complete. It's because all the questions aren't answered that this event is, like, mythological. People desperately want to know exactly what happened, and that's what makes it interesting. And because everybody you talk to about it avoids giving explicit details, you as the player get the vibe that this was an event, this was an experience that nobody wants to relive in their minds. The idea that it was so horrible nobody even wants to imagine it is more powerful than whatever Rockstar could come up with. But also, Dutch kills a woman in cold blood in a bad way in Red Dead 1, so you can kind of infer what it was like. So for me, showing the Blackwater Massacre in a Red Dead Redemption 3 is completely out of the question, which begs a new question: what would be an appropriate climax for Red Dead Redemption 3? And I can't really think of one. I've also heard the idea that maybe Dutch could be the protagonist, and we could watch him as he forms the gang. To that I ask, do you want a prequel to Dark Souls, Grey Souls? Do you want to see how Gwyn became the Lord of Cinder, and why he linked the First Flame? If you have any self-respect, your answer should be no. The idea of playing as Dutch is wrong on so many levels. First off, he's not a character that we should have any agency or control over. That's why the game fell apart, because nobody could control Dutch and keep him from going crazy. So how would you implement an honor system if you played as Dutch? Dutch didn't have any honor. And second, our three playable characters have established a pattern, and that we don't know their ultimate fate until the very end. Arthur Morgan was likely created and made the star of Red Dead 2 specifically for this reason, so we can play as a character whose story we don't already know. It's why Arthur's journey ends in Chapter 6 and John's begins in the epilogue. They closed the book. It's a book. They closed it. There's not much more to do. And here's the thing. The games can be played in either order. So if you play 2 first, you still don't know what happens to John. We know Dutch's fate, and we can't exert any control over it or change anything about it like we could with Arthur. So there's no point. Not to mention, we already know Dutch's life story. We know it from start to finish, pretty much. To make a game where we see even more of that, you wouldn't be reinventing the wheel. You'd be breaking it.
Ah! Broke the goddamn wheel!
And I get it. People love the fuck out of these games and these characters, and they just want to find a reason to look forward to a new game. I get it. I want more Halo games set between Halo 1 through 3. To understand why you like something so much, you need to look at it from a writer's perspective. What is best left to the audience's imagination? If you as a writer explicitly answer all the questions, then what's left for your audience to talk about? Nothing. Because you've done the job for us. You've filled in all the blanks, given us all the facts, and made no room for error or interpretation. You can see the genius in this type of writing. I'll give you an example. Let's look at Micah. While most people would agree he was a rat working with the Pinkertons trying to sell the gang out, Micah never admits this himself. We never find hard evidence he was working with the Pinkertons. No letter like, "Hey, Agent Milton, how you doing, buddy?" And we don't have any flashback scenes to show Micah meeting with Milton. So, because there's this tiny crack in the door, there's this sliver of doubt, we have something to talk about and interpret. Somebody could play devil's advocate and say, no, Micah wasn't a rat. But, you know, it's heavily implied that Micah is the rat. They literally have a rat run out of the house before Micah comes out. It's implied, not directly stated. Seeing how the gang was formed is far less interesting than how it fell apart. So a game set during this time period would feel wildly anticlimactic. We already know how the game formed and why. Dutch was a manipulative idealist with a silver tongue who recruited and convinced people to join him, people who were at their weakest point. They were outcasts, wanted by the law, targets of discrimination, orphan children, alcoholics with crippling back issues, and the undisputed love of my life, Sadie Adler. Dutch is a man who preyed on the weak and only really cared about people as far as he could manipulate and inspire loyalty in them. We don't need an origin story to explain this. Showing the origin of the gang would be superfluous because we already know everything. And yeah, you may have to look for those chunks of the story, but it's there. I mean, Red Dead 2 is not a short video game, and that's what makes it fun to experience. You know, all those camp conversations that are easily missed, you have to piece all that together. I haven't heard a good enough idea for Red Dead Redemption 3 that doesn't just start with making it completely disconnected from the two games we have and starting fresh. But if that's what they're going to do, then what's the point of adding redemption? If they call it Red Dead Redemption 3 and it has nothing to do with the first two games, then that's just Black Ops 3 all over again. It's a sequel in name only because of brand recognition. And by the way, I don't want people to stop brainstorming these ideas. And I might sound like a party pooper, but come on, fellas. We have to be practical now. Also, this fucking Reddit comment, you could literally make the main character Molly O'Shea and it would still be a masterpiece. You see, I feel like people are just desperate for more from this series because they love it so much. Here's the third and final idea. Red Dead Redemption 3 should be a prequel that stars Landon Ricketts. Now, I myself am a Landon Ricketts simp. I think he's one of the coolest, most awesome, fascinating side characters of the franchise. And I think it's super cool that people even think he's worthy of starring in his own game. In Red Dead 1, Landon Ricketts is a famous, revered, elderly gunslinger, living out his final years in Mexico by the time we meet him as John. And he teaches us a new trick with Deadeye, gives us some life advice, but we could shoot the Landon Ricketts idea in the foot real quick. For starters, the voice actor passed away a while ago, and unlike the other essential characters, Uncle, Javier, and Abigail, Rockstar didn't recast Landon in Red Dead Redemption 2. They kept him as a cameo.
Killed more than Landon Ricketts without even pulling the trigger.
So he's not integral to the plot at all, even though apparently he was involved, or at least there, during the Blackwater Massacre. So Rockstar could have included him as a character, they could have recast him, but maybe out of respect and or practicality, they decided not to. I think it's clear Rockstar has no intention of bringing Landon Ricketts back, but we can still entertain the idea for a moment. And by entertain, I mean dunk on. You see, Landon didn't have a redemption arc. And again, we fall back on the we already know how his story ends thing. But he was able to reform himself and fit into the landscape of the dying Wild West. Albeit he's very confused how he managed to do so. But it's partially because he wasn't an outlaw, he was a gunslinger and a bounty hunter. So we already had his redemption arc off screen. We know where he ends up and we can leave it at that. Landon works best as a mysterious veteran gunslinger, the last of his kind. He says he's in Mexico waiting for something, but doesn't know what, as if he didn't expect to get this far. Landon Ricketts is the exception to the rule of Red Dead Redemption. You don't get to live a bad life and have good things happen to you. Landon has killed a lot of people. The only reason he's still alive is because he was the best gunslinger. If he wasn't, he'd be dead. The only reason he's in Mexico hanging out in the first game is because he doesn't know what else to do. And when John comes around, it's almost like Landon sees a part of his former self in this man and wants to try and set him on the right path. Landon wants to give John the wisdom that he wished he got. Now, it's possible that a Red Dead 3 starring Landon Ricketts would avoid rehashing the plot of the first 2 games, and we could see the glory days of the Wild West, but I also think he works better as a legendary side character. He's not important enough to be a protagonist. Well, Ackman, you've shot down all these ideas. You best have one that's good enough yourself, do you? Yes. Yes, I do. And it won't ever be made either. Undead Nightmare 2, I rest my case. Hashtag fuck it, people. But on the real, I think starting fresh is the right call. The series is Red Dead, not just Red Dead Redemption. I haven't put too much thought into my own ideas, but you want to start from the title and then work from there. So a title like Red Dead Revolution, Red Dead Revenge, Red Dead Repeater, you want something that fits that same theme that can also spark some creative ideas, you know? At the end of the day, the story of Red Dead Redemption is complete. It's finished. I mean, there are so many hours of dialogue and cutscenes, conversations. There's so much lore to unravel. I haven't even fucking read all of Arthur's journal yet. And there's journal entries for Arthur and John. Many of the side quests can be completed as both characters. Arthur has multiple different endings and cutscenes if it's low honor or high honor. The story is complete. All of the backstory is there. And it's for all these reasons that I think Red Dead Redemption 3 doesn't make any sense. I think it's time for a new perspective. You know, Arthur told us, when the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. And if we just keep looking back, you know what the next game's gonna be? Red Dead Regression. If the franchise is gonna continue, it can't stay shackled to these characters and to the past. Oh yeah. Do not look back. But what do you think? Do you like any of the ideas or theories for Red Dead Redemption 3? What's your own personal concept or idea for it? And make it good before you post your comment. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to reading what you guys have to say. I have been overanalyzing Red Dead Redemption 2 story. I've been preparing some kick-ass videos. So excited to share them with you. And don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the Ackman for more awesome content. Alright, cattle rustlers, that's all I got for today. This is the Plan Man, signing out. Peace!
So hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be attempting to earn the platinum for Red Dead Redemption.
Well, let me have a roll and a saw on the board, I'll cut it.
This game released all the way back in 2010. And at that point, I was more focused on trickshotting in Black Ops 2 than actually sitting down to experience some high-quality story-focused games. I've held off playing this game in the years since, in the hopes that there would be a remaster at some point in the future. And well, I think this is the best we're going to get. As much as I wanted to play this game on a newer system, I wasn't going to feed into Rockstar's greed, and headed to my local game shop to grab the original game at a quarter of the price. Now, to obtain this platinum, I split this game up into 4 stages. Stage 1, completing the story. Stage 2, earn the 9 multiplayer trophies. Stage 3, 100% the game. And finally, Stage 4, clean up all the remaining miscellaneous trophies. As I'll be going over the majority of the story within this video, if you'd rather not see any spoilers, then be sure to skip ahead to Stage 2, or it is time on the screen right now. If you're down to watch me battle it out with a few cowboys, run up on a few people from Dutch's gang, grab some snacks, and enjoy the video.
Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
After getting off the train, we can head into the saloon at Armadillo, where we are welcomed by an individual called Jake. Funnily enough, I believe this is the only time in the entire game we actually speak to this guy. So he doesn't really do much for the story, other than leading us to our first antagonist of the game, Bill Williamson. We get warned pretty much straight away that Bill is no easy target, and has been causing havoc at Fort Mercer. But even with these warnings, we make it to Fort Mercer anyways, and approach the entrance to capture Bill.
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill. I implore you, think about this.
You implore me? You implore me? Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No Dutch! And no more you.
Well?
Oh. Poor kid.
With John Marston now dead, the game ends and the platinum pops. What actually happens is we get found by a woman called Bonnie McFarlane and are taken back to the McFarlane Ranch, where we not only pop the first trophy of the game, but also survive the gunshot wound after seemingly being on the brink of death, and are given a house to live out our remaining days for free. To repay Bonnie, we do a few tasks like eliminating some coyotes, herding some cows, and even racing her in a horse race, all of which seem to be a great introduction into the world of Red Dead Redemption. These first interactions with Bonnie were going great, until John decides to let her know that he's happily married with kids, breaking all hopes I had for them getting together. This really didn't stop Bonnie from trying though, as we are quickly dragged into meeting her dad for the first time. He talks on for ages about a bunch of unrelated dad stuff before inviting us out to catch a few wild horses. This was going pretty well until one of the horses strayed from the group and left me no other option but to chase it down. After struggling to tame it, which, by the way, takes way too long as you need to keep pushing the stick left and right, Bonnie tries her luck once again, this time telling John he can keep the horse for himself, giving us our first horse of the game. This is important because there's a trophy called Spurs of Victory that requires you to keep the same horse in 20 missions. So, this Kentucky Saddler would be my one and only horse up until that trophy popped. Eventually, we meet up with the Marshal of Armadillo, and after asking him about Bill Williamson's whereabouts, he diverts the conversation into us helping him, for pretty much no benefits. This was a very common occurrence throughout this game, as most characters would only give up useful information once 4 or 5 missions have been completed. So, we had to prove our shooting abilities on this gang, and then clear out an entire hideout of enemies before meeting up with someone called Wes Dickens, who would be of vital use a bit later on. We do eventually get a bit closer to finding Bill though, as we end up eliminating most of his gang, and capture his closest ally to gain a bit of information.
Nice to see you again, buddy. Thanks for your help, John. Norman here is gonna help us get the bill. Ain't you, Norman?
It's good.
Thank you, Mr. Dick. Mighty kind.
This then leads to the McFarlane Ranch being burnt down in retaliation, and it jumps to an entirely new level as Bonnie is captured and hung because we captured one of Bill's men. Even though John seemingly has little feelings towards Bonnie, we still go out of our way to help her escape death, just as she did for us.
Thank you. What the hell took you so long, stupid man?
You weren't exactly helping me.
If you think I'm gonna lower myself by making a joke about being all tied up, you got another thing coming.
Before wrapping up this first section of the game, there are 2 more people we need to meet, Seth and Irish. Seth is a gravedigger, obsessed with finding some treasure that was rightfully his a few years ago. He digs up a few graves in order to receive the treasure map stolen by his old friend, and then we go on a few missions to help him retrieve his treasure, before recruiting him to join our attack on Fort Mercer in order to capture Bill. Irish, on the other hand, is a very unpredictable character. We start off by saving him from a sticky situation, and in return, we are promised a mountable machine gun for the attack. This ends up spreading over multiple missions, as Irish clearly has a drinking problem, but after enough running around, we do eventually get the weapon, and also enough ammunition to last us at least a few hundred enemies. The final thing to do in preparation for the attack is to win a few races with Wes Dickens to earn some money. I'm not sure whether it's really explained why we actually need this money in the first place, but I can only assume it's to cover the cost of his cart upgrade that you'll see very soon.
Have we got enough money now? All right. Yes, once Seth and Irish and furnished.
File your taxes 100% free in the app if you didn't use us last year. Just file with TurboTax Do-It-Yourself by February 18th. All tax forms and tax situations. Make the switch to TurboTax Do-It-Yourself and file free by February 18th.
Their side of the bargain, I think we should be ready. Quite a team assembled, don't you think? A bunco, grave robber, and a drunk. How could things possibly go wrong?
With Marshall, Wes Dickens, Seth, and Irish now on board with our attack, we can head to Fort Mercer and wait patiently for Seth to distract the guards. As you can see, Wes Dickens has upgraded his cart to include the mounted machine gun from Irish, and this will be our main form of attack once all things break loose. We approach the gates and are let in, while Seth entertains the guards, allowing Wes Dickens to waffle on about his fake medicine for a few minutes.
What would you say if I said Immortality was at hand. What would you say if I told you I could teach you to fly? What would you say if I told you I could turn a man into a beautiful woman? Impossible, yes, once, but no more. Gentlemen, I bring you wisdom from the East.
Once he's intrigued enough of them over to see his medicine, we can pop out the cart and go guns blazing, eliminating every single one of Williamson's men with an extremely thought out and unfair advantage. However, once capturing the last survivor of the attack, he says this.
Marston, Mr. Marston, we got a lot of He says, Bill's already run off to Mexico yesterday morning. You won't forget him.
Javier Escuela. He's gone to see Javier Escuela. That should make things interesting. We're in Mexico.
Allison, I know. Oh. Where in Mexico, you little shit? Someplace near Churros. Chupa heckin' Rosa. Well, I'll take you there, John. I'm real popular down there. You just meet me at the ferry. I've got lots of friends down south.
I'll see you at the ferry, Irish.
I just get me things.
Accepting the offer from Irish was a great idea, until it wasn't. It turns out that he isn't popular for the right reasons, and we end up getting swarmed while crossing the river over to Mexico. After beating the majority of his enemies, we beach up on Mexican soil, and are left to our own accord, starting the second section of the game. In this section, there are two people we are trying to hunt down. We are still looking for Bill Williamson, but we are now looking for Javier Escuela, who is allegedly in Mexico too. We start off by meeting an individual called Landon Ricketts, who was apparently a legend years ago, but now resides in the town of Chiparosa. We get taught how to use Deadeye, which is a great gameplay feature that I should have figured out how to use prior, before being informed that this random guy's sister is being held hostage at a camp, and we have to go and save her. John didn't seem too pleased with this, as, yet again, we were just being roped into tasks with no reward. We had no choice in the matter, and just decided to go anyways. It was at this point that I started to get a bit worried about the trophy's spur to victory. We were currently 26 missions into the game, and still, this trophy had not popped for keeping the same horse for 20 missions. I did a bit of digging on some old forums, and found that this trophy can be pretty buggy at times, leading to the trophy to reset every time you hitch your horse to a post, even if it's with the same horse. This really worried me to say the least, as I've been constantly hitching my horse the entire time, without knowing this could possibly break the trophy. I decided to carry on anyway though, as there were still 20 missions left in the game, meaning this trophy was still obtainable from this point on. We arrived at the camp and took out a few enemies to save a woman called Louisa from the cell. This is someone who actually plays a pretty big part in the story a bit later on, but for now, the main focus was to get her out alive. And after escaping, surprisingly enough, the Spur to Victory trophy ended up unlocking. The next mission is also when we can unlock another trophy called High Roller for winning 2,000 chips in a single hand. This is made super easy because the AI will automatically fold as soon as you bid too much. So I let the pot build up to 1,000 chips on its own and then bet all my chips in one go to make everyone but one AI fold. This luckily resulted in a win anyways because I had the better hand, and the trophy unlocked pretty soon after. I set out in search of Bill Williamson once more to find ourselves in an encounter with the captain of the Mexican army called Vicente de Santa, or Vincent de Santa, I'm not too sure. At first, he pulls out his weapon before stating it was a practical joke and that it will help us find both Williamson and Escuela if we help him first. So we take out a few men and stop a train for the Mexican army before pressing De Santa once again for more information, to which the colonel of the Mexican army turns up and absolutely waffles his way out of giving us any information, stating that while he is searching for these men, we can help him out with another job. The job at hand was to clear out another hideout, only this time, the Mexican army shows its true colors by eliminating the entire hideout just to steal the woman living inside.
Remember, nobody takes them before Allende. We did all this just to get women for Allende?
I was kind of annoyed by this outcome, so for the next mission, I headed over to Louisa in order to save her soon-to-be husband from being killed. After clearing out all the enemies and rescuing Abraham, he states that he'll be able to find both men we are looking for, and with that, the two are left to continue their relationship unharmed. There was another mission pretty soon after this one. They yet again had us doing random tasks for the Mexican army, but this time, John seemed to have had enough, demanding to know the whereabouts of the men we are after. This then results in De Santa telling us that he has finally found both Williamson and Escuela, which at the time seemed like great news.
Master. Gracias for your service to this land.
So, while it turns out the Mexican army was just straight up using us for free labor, it opened the opportunity for John to join the opposite side of the Mexican war and support the rebels overthrowing the army. Abraham comes to our rescue, saving us from DeSanta, and after wiping out the remainder of the soldiers, invites us to join the rebels doing exactly that, overthrowing the army. We quickly get wind of DeSanta's last location and head up with Luisa to finish him off once and for all. Before we can do that though, we capture him with the lasso to gain valuable information on Escuela's whereabouts.
Where is Javier Escuela? Wait. Okay, all right. Shit. All right. Casa Madrugada. It's hold up there. Oh, hurry up. Kill me.
Upon arriving to the place DeSanta told us with his last few words, it turns out he yet again couldn't keep himself from lying, and Escuela was nowhere to be seen. With no one else to give us any information, we turn back to Abraham, where it turns out that he never even loved Luisa in the first place.
Luisa, the girl from Campo Morada?
Alright. A gentleman never tells, but she was a most wonderful... I just say she was increíble. Yes. Let me tell you something. I strongly recommend her. You take her when you have the chance, my brother.
She thinks she's your wife.
My wife? These peasant girls, they believe every word a fellow says. So naive. He's really quite charming.
Interesting.
But come on, let's run. I've got an amazing present for you, my brother, huh? Yes? The man you seek. Together, we will bring them to justice. Let's go.
The good news though is that he managed to find exactly where Escuela actually is. He was being protected by the Mexican army the entire time, which is presumably why DeSanta would never give him up. We blow up the entrance to the fort and leave the rebels to eliminate everyone else, while we go ahead and finally find Escuela.
Hello, old friend. It's been a long time.
Hello, brother. It's good to see you. I heard you was coming. You took your time, no? Come on, you're not gonna shoot your own brother, are you? We was family.
Yeah, we were. Then you and Dutch went crazy and family didn't mean so much.
So now you do the government's work.
And what do? You just work for a different government.
I can give you a beat. And Dutch is in Colombia. I can take you straight to him.
You left me to die? Whoa. To save your own skin, and now you expect me to care about you?
You got it all wrong, brother. I've always loved you. Even now.
Now, in this situation, you are given two options. You can either shoot him down from the horse and capture his corpse, or capture him alive using the lasso. And I thought it would be fitting to end this chapter off by capturing him alive, making him suffer for all the hard work we went through to capture him, eventually handing over Escuela to two individuals called Edgar and Archer. Now, to save time story-wise, and for this to all make sense now instead of a bit later, these two guys are responsible for this entire thing. They captured John's family and are holding them hostage until we are able to give them what they want, which in this case is Escuela and Williamson.
Oh, your wife
And also Dutch, eventually.
Come on. Welcome to Mexico. My brothers and I are just discussing the future of our country.
Okay, let this man go.
And who are you, gringo?
I'm no one. But unless you want this town to tear you and your boys to shreds, I suggest you let him go.
And you think you can tell me what to do, friend?
Oh, you should listen to him, friend.
Look at that. You want to risk it?
The American is a drug. If I were you, I would pull that trigger.
Protector Dan Americano.
Ya, mátalo.
¡Déjenme, hombre!
¡Mierda! ¡Ay, Dios mío!
Santa Maria.
So you want to settle this now, friend? Or you want me to shoot you in the head right now for that poor girl?
This part is one of the
time to
saddest
help her,
parts of the
no.
entire game. To have Louisa sacrifice herself to save someone who doesn't even know who she is just a really sad ending to her life. Even with this situation, Abraham is still unable to recognize who Louisa even was, and I think that really portrays how he is as a person. However, now that he is free, we can finally end this Mexican war once and for all. After wiping out all the enemies in the area, we can break through to the Colonel's mansion to witness something I didn't see coming.
Come on! We can still get to my stagecoach! Go then! I'll cover you!
It's a pretty crazy twist to see that the Mexican army was protecting both Escuela and Williamson, and that the entire time we were just lied to and dragged along with false promises. With this entire waste of time now turning into a bit of rage inside me, I chased down the car and got my well-deserved revenge.
Kill me! Find my freedom, pendejo! Stand up, dummy! Get out of the wagon! Apúrate! I'm coming out! Don't shoot! Here! Take Williamson. Just let me live. I will leave the country, I promise. You always was weak-minded.
You're the one who let Dutch drive you insane!
Oh, what happened?
Allende is dead! Mexico is mine! My people are free. And it is all thanks to you, Joe.
And to the people who laid down their lives. People like Louisa.
Oh, yes. She was very brave. She will be missed. Who was she?
Your peasant girl wife-to-be?
Oh, yes, of course. She will have a day named after her. Laura's Day.
Louisa.
What? Oh, yes, I know Laura as well. Magnificent girl. Like riding a pampas bull, it was something. You never saw anything like it. Well, I must say, I'll miss you, John Foster.
I doubt you'll even remember me, Abraham, but it's been an experience. Good luck with the revolution. If you win power, remember why you won it.
Well, travel safely, amigo.
Now that both Williamson and Escuela were captured, we can head back to Blackwater to return to the government guys from earlier in hopes of seeing our family once again. Of course, that would not be so easily done. Because they still have his family, it was pretty easy for them to negotiate a new deal, and before I knew it, we were sent off in order to find Dutch, the leader of the group that everyone was a part of from Red Dead 2. This section of the game really wasn't that long, and what surprised me the most was that we encountered Dutch pretty early on and learned that he is not to be tested with. After surviving yet another gunshot, we can head to the bank where Dutch can be seen holding a random innocent woman hostage. We try our best to talk him down before this happens.
How's Abigail? Well, I hope. Ain't seen her for a while. Because you've been chasing me? Let the woman go, Dutch.
Of course. You know, gentlemen, this man here, oh, he married a whore. Used to ride with us. We all had her. Oh, but he married her. And you know that makes him a better man than us. He's a better man. Have the girl.
Yeah. Easy, Dutch. She's a parting gift from me.
God damn!
This results in a big chase sequence that ends in the forest, and unsurprisingly, after eliminating all the members in his gang, he is nowhere to be seen. We do encounter Dutch one last time as he arrives in Blackwater, shooting up our building for seemingly no reason other than for a bit of fun. Again though, after escaping the vast majority of members in his gang, there is still no sign of Dutch. It seems that in every instance of meeting him, Dutch seems to get away fairly quickly, and even the government guys think this too.
You like Dutch? He's a charming fellow. He makes sense. He's like one of those nature writers from back east. Only he takes things a tiny little step too far. Rather than just loving the flowers and the animals and the harmony between man and beast, he shoots people in the head for money. Now, after the debacle with the army and the bank, have to put Mr. Vanderlyn to rest ourselves. Will you help us?
Do I have any choice?
No.
Now that you mention it, no.
Then what was that pretty speech you made of?
Don't rightly know, but it sure felt good saying it.
Shall we, Mr. Marston?
Let's go.
As you saw, yet again John had no choice in the matter, and we were off to deal with Dutch once and for all. We get the privilege of using this mounted machine gun to eliminate a good chunk of Dutch's men. I would just like to point out, there is a trophy called Mowing Them Down for eliminating 500 enemies on a mounted weapon. And do you want to know how many enemies I killed after finishing the story? Just over 190. This would cause a bit of a problem a bit later on in the video, but for now, we can continue shooting our way through countless enemies before this happens. Results in the only other option being to use our horse, and after reaching Dutch's gang, we can fight through the largest amount of enemies so far, using both mounted weapons and our trusty rifle too. About 5 minutes into this fight, Dutch comes out and hops on a mounted machine gun, leaving us severely outmatched. To combat this, we can go ahead and shoot these lanterns above him, setting the entire top half of the base on fire. This results in a pretty cool chase sequence that goes on for a few minutes, leading to, in my opinion, the most anticlimactic event of the entire game.
Hello again, John. Hello, Dutch. We gotta stop meeting like this.
Sure.
I got a plan, John. You always got a plan, Dutch. This is a good one. When I'm gone, they'll just find another monster. They have to. Because they have to justify their wages. That's their business. Our time has passed.
Ow.
With Dutch now dead, we are told by Edgar that our own family is dead too.
Where's my family?
Your wife was killed in a prison riot last week. I'm only joking. They were sent back to that Scrabble Ranch years in Peterson. They're quite safe and sound.
We travel back through the forest, listening to the best song out of the entire game. And I don't think I can play this song because of copyright. We do end up achieving one of the last remaining story trophies of the game. Upon returning back to the ranch, we are welcomed back to the family with open arms.
Oh, darling. I never thought I'd see this day again.
You no good hillbilly piece of shit!
This last chapter of the game was great. It felt like all the hard work had finally paid off, and we could both live freely with our past now behind us. The first rule of business, buying a herd of cows from the McFarlane Ranch, and protecting our corn from the birds. We eventually receive a letter in the mail from Bonnie, and Abigail, our wife, is seemingly jealous of this and decides to tag along while we deliver some corn to the McFarlane Ranch. We arrive, dropping off the bags of corn before John and Abigail leave, and Bonnie just stands there watching, confirming to me at least that she did indeed have feelings for John the entire time, and maybe even sent the letter hoping John would come alone. A little while later, we can do a few tasks with our uncle, like herding some cows in the field and taming some wild horses, before going hunting with our son to teach him the basics of survival. Throughout this entire last chapter of the game, there is seemingly a bit of resentment from our son because of the way we left him while we went off to eliminate some of the other gang members. He didn't seem to understand that we practically had no choice in the matter, and out of retaliation and probably to prove he doesn't need his father, he runs off and eventually gets cornered by a bear. Of course, we have to go and save him, but this bear really didn't put up much of a fight, and after a few blows to the head, we took him down.
What the hell were you thinking going off on your own? You're just a boy.
No, I'm not. I can skin it out, break horses.
Come on, let's get you home.
With everything back in order, we can have some much needed father-son bonding time before we get raided by what seems like an entire army. This is hands down the biggest fight of the entire game, and is such an unexpected twist from what I assumed was going to happen. We try our best to fight as many of these enemies as we can before a load more arrive on horses, leading to one of, if not the most anticlimactic death of the entire game.
It's me, boss. Not them.
Uncle, you alright?
me. Let's get him out of here.
No! Uncle, please! Oh my God! They killed him!
Come on, son. Ain't nothing we can do for him now.
With the uncle now in spirit mode, we fight off a constant swarm of enemies while protecting Jack and Abigail as they escape on the horse, leaving us alone to defend the entire ranch with a single pistol and a dream. Jack and Abigail go racing back to the scene, but very quickly, it was too late. Before we move over to stage 2, there was one more mission to complete in order to wrap the story up once and for all. Now that John Marston is dead, we take on the role of his son, Jack, a few years later. This is who we play as in the post-game, and to be honest, not much really changes as most characters address you as Marston anyways. I felt a bit empty after the story's conclusion, and the game really didn't do much to guide me onto the final part of the story. Instead, just chucking me in like I hadn't just witnessed the character I've grown to love over the last 12 hours die right in front of me. The last mission of the story was classed as a stranger mission. These are more or less side missions with random strangers from all over the Red Dead Redemption world. Even though it's a side mission, many people, including myself, class this as a true ending of Red Dead Redemption 1, and I'm surprised they didn't make this a primary mission in the game, rather than a random circle on the map hidden in Blackwater. Either way, once approaching the mission, we meet a guy who explains that Edgar Ross, the guy who ordered the attack on John, is happily retired. Having earned a few gold medals for his service to the government, he is now chilling in a lake house with his wife. This is all the information we need, and after seeking out his wife, we can speak to her and find out exactly where he is. And then, after traveling across the entire map to find him, we can put an end to the Red Dead Redemption story once and for all.
My name is Jack Marston. You knew my father. I remember your father. I've come for you, Ross. You, boy, have sure shit. You sent him to do your dirty work. Then you shot him like a dog. And I'll shoot you like one too, little piece of trash. Now get out of here before I kill you as well. I ain't going nowhere, old man.
And just like that, stage 1 is now complete. The multiplayer trophies are up next, and I think we can all unanimously agree that these are the worst types of trophies to obtain. However, the multiplayer for Red Dead Redemption is actually very enjoyable, and it's a shame that Rockstar decided to leave this out of the PS4 port, while people over on Xbox are still able to enjoy this multiplayer experience. The first trophy to be earned in Red Dead Online is called Posse Up. It requires you to be a leader of a full posse. This requires me to 1. Find a game with enough people in it in the first place, and 2. Somehow get 7 random people to join a random level 1 with no experience experience of the multiplayer side of this game, the saving grace for this trophy was that leaving the session and joining another one brought most, if not every player that had previously joined the posse with me. So, after searching through a few lobbies, I surprisingly found a full one, and along with the people I had invited from other sessions, eventually got 8 people in the posse to earn the trophy. Up next was a pretty easy one called Red Dead Rockstar. This is one of those viral trophies like Skate 3's gone viral, where the trophy originates from a few players and eventually spreads to most, if not everyone that plays the game. In Red Dead's case, the trophy originated with the Rockstar employees that played the game, and over time has spread out of control so much that eliminating the first player I came across earned me the trophy.
A bounty has been placed.
With that trophy out of the way, the next one I attempted was called Go Team and requires you to win 4 team-based game modes in a row. This may sound pretty simple, but nowadays, the only players playing Red Dead Online are people that have been playing the game for years and know exactly how to win every match perfectly. I tried my hardest with this one, but I couldn't even win a single game at all, let alone 4 games in a row. This realization was made worse by the addition of another trophy called Be Quick and Everyone Else, which is basically the exact same thing, just winning 3 games in a free-for-all instead of 4. Again, I tried with this one for a few hours and came out with 0 wins due to how inexperienced I was compared to everyone else that was playing the game. I eventually turned to the dark side and invited my brother on to help me with a few trophies. We started with the free-for-alls and had no problem boosting this trophy after 3 wins. When it came to the 4 consecutive wins in a team-based game mode, there seemed to be a frequent amount of players that would continuously join the game, leaving us pretty screwed if more than one person joined because we need the majority vote to kick them out. However, I think most people were also searching for their own lobby to boost on as well, and usually left without causing any disruptions. Most Wanted was up next and requires you to gain a 1,000